Okay, guys, we're in the last stretch. Here we go. We are about to animate this badass looking ring. So let's get cracking on this. Let's turn off our interactive render region. And we want to select our ring object. And let's create a camera. Make that active and add a protection tag. Let's deactivate this camera so that we can zoom out. So as you can see, our ceiling is in the way. So I want to bring that up a little bit. So, okay. Okay, so let's grab our ring, bring it up along the Y and hit R on your keyboard. Hold down Shift as you're rotating to snap to 10-degree increments. Deselect our camera. And let's bring that up. Go into our front view. And we'll bring that right up so that it meets our floor. Make sure that it's not touching your floor, because if it does, it's going to mess up our dynamics here. Even if it's slightly above the floor, that would be fine. Just as close to the floor as you can get it without it actually touching the floor. Okay, back into our perspective view. And we want to add a rigid body tag to our ring. And our floor, we want to add a collider body tag. So let's hit play on this, see what we got. So now you can see our objects are dynamic. Cool. We're going to increase our frame range to 900 frames. Double click here in the center. And we want to click on our ring dynamics tag here, and we want to go to the dynamics tab. Click the custom initial velocity and set this field here, which is the Z rotation, to 600 degrees. Let's click play. Okay, so our ring's spinning and it's bouncing all over the place, so we don't want it to do that. So let's go into our dynamics tab here on our ring, and we're going to go to collision, reduce the bounce to 0%, hit tab, and we're going to leave the friction actually at as it is. Go into our floor collision tag, reduce the bounce here to 0 and increase the friction to 100. So let's see what we got now. Okay, so that's looking pretty good so far. But the spinning is going on for way too long. It looks like it might go on forever. So to fix that, go to our ring object, into our dynamics tag here, and we are going to go to, let's see, go to our force tab and increase the angular damping by up to 20%. Let's check this out right now. So as you can see, it's slowed it right down, maybe a bit too much. So let's bring that down to 15%. And okay. So it's looking a bit more realistic. It might actually come to a halt, which is what we want, but it happened a bit too soon. Kind of, do you know what? it looked pretty good that time, but we're going to go down to 10% here on the angular damping and hit play. See what we got. So that's looking way better. Yeah, I'm liking this. I'm liking the physics here. So this is going to come to a halt eventually. And at about frame, is it going to, oh, let's pause it because it's not going to make it. It's about to restart. So we want to increase a frame range to 1500 just to be safe. And we'll click play again. So it's taken a really long time to come to a halt. So we need to increase that angular damping to, we'll say 12.5. Let's try that again. I'm still not liking the way it's landing there. I want to try and fix that. I'm going to go to the ring dynamics tab, go to the dynamics here, and we're going to increase the initial angular velocity to 700. Let's see if that gives us anything better. So again, trial and error. So I don't know what happened there. It looked rubbish. Okay, so that looks terrible. Let's go into our ring dynamics tab, go to collision, change this to moving mesh. Let's see if this makes any bit of difference at all. It probably won't. No, it just made it actually worse. So I'm going to undo that. Control Z in your keyboard. Okay, so let's see what's going on here. Okay, so let's increase this to 15 and see what happens. So that increase on the angular damping has made the world of difference. It's behaving a lot more like it should be now. Hopefully it comes to a stop soon. Yeah, is it gonna stop? Yeah, okay, cool. That is looking pretty good. So I'm happy with that. Let's activate our camera again, and we want to delete off our protection tag because I'm not happy with the focus there. Let's rewind this. Set up your camera where you want it to be at the beginning of the animation. I'm going to go for out there. I'm going to set a keyframe. Turn off the parameters. You don't want to record any changes in parameters or scale. Let's add a keyframe. Did that add? Yes, it should have. Let's hit play. So once this is finished doing its business, we're going to move the camera to where it landed, and then we're going to add another keyframe. And then we're pretty much done with this. So that's going to settle around there. Once it has settled, we can hit pause any second now. Okay, hit pause. Let's drag our view so that our ring remains in the center. If you want, you can rotate your camera a little bit, just for a bit of rotation in the animation of the camera. hit add another keyframe there. We're going to reduce the frame range to 946. That'll be the length of our animation. And let's see what this looks like. So our camera is moving into place slowly, a bit too slowly. So what I want to do is Shift F3, and I want to hold Alt and your right click, drag, and to zoom. Alt, right click, drag, and zoom out. And I want to basically reduce the amount of time it takes for our camera to get into position. So let's look at that again. So you can see our camera is moving a little bit faster. So it's getting into the position we set a lot quicker than it did initially. And okay, I'm happy with that. So we're gonna wait for that to settle, and we're ready to render. Okay, so let's do a file, save as, gold ring, part 3, hit save, and go to our render settings. Now we want to output this to 1920 by 1080. We're going to go for all frames, and we're going to save this to our, let's see, we're going to save this to a folder of your choice. Create a new folder called sequence, not sequence, ring MP4, and I'm going to call it ring. This is going to be an AVI, or no, it's going to be an MP4, and we are going to, that is good to go. So Control S to save what you've just done. Go to hold down your left click on this icon here, which is called Render to Picture Viewer. Hold down your left click and go down to Render Queue. Let go. Delete off any old renders and do the same. Add to Render Queue and hit play. So that is it. We have finished another tutorial. I am very happy about that. I hope you are too. See you in the next video.